Do you remember learning about conduction, convection, and radiation in middle school science? Me neither, because that was 30 years ago, but don't worry because we're in this together. I hit the books and I'm bringing those lessons home. Literally, because I'm going to explain to you how those forms of heat transfer affect your home and how foam insulation can fix it. So what is heat transfer? Essentially, it's thermal energy, aka heat, and the way that it moves from one place to another. What does that mean to you as a homeowner? That means it's the way that heat is either leaking out of your home in the winter or into your home in the summer. That heat transfer, it's done through conduction, convection, and radiation. Now I'm going to go through and I'll break each one of those down so you understand what type of heat movement those are. So let's talk about conduction first. Conduction is heat on contact. Think about your stove. If you put a pan on your stove and you turn the stove on, that pan is going to get hot. Same thing is true about your home. So in your home, that conduction is actually the heat moving through your drywall, through the studs, and even through your windows. Now, if your exterior walls are cold to the touch in the winter, that's actually conduction in action. So essentially in that example, the inside of your house is warm, the outside of your house is cold because it's wintertime. This warm air, you're losing that warm energy to the cold once it meets in that wall assembly, and that is why the wall is cold. The warm air is losing out to the cold air, which is going to make your home uncomfortable. Convection. It's air on the move. Think about your furnace blowing warm air through your vents. If you have air leaks in your attic or around outlets or anything like that, that allows that warm air to leak out and some cold air to sneak in, and vice versa during the summer. Really? It's like trying to heat your house with the windows open. Convection is heat loss through the movement of air. Radiation is heat as energy waves. Think of it like this. On a sunny day, you can either stand directly in the sunlight or you can stand in the shade. Either way though, you're going to feel that heat radiating because it's a hot summer day. Now inside your home, there's tons of things that actually radiate heat. Your appliances, that makes sense. Other electronic devices, but also your bodies radiate heat. When the sun beats down on your home, that's radiating heat down into the attic and through the rest of the house. You need something that's going to create a barrier between that radiant heat and the air that you're paying to cool inside your home so that you don't end up with an uncomfortable, too hot of a house. If that sounded a little bit confusing to you, really all it is that there's heat energy waves out there flying around, and whatever they hit will start to feel warmer. Now that I've explained to you the 3 different types of heat transfer, you need an insulation that's going to fight all 3. If you have a traditional material that only addresses one of those kinds of heat transfer, that's not going to cut it because there's still going to be obviously heat transfer that happens that makes the home uncomfortable. What you do need is a product that's going to fight convection, conduction, and radiation. Luckily, foam insulation is actually the answer because it creates an air barrier. It creates a barrier that's going to prevent any type of heat transfer from moving through the air, through contact, and through radiation. Now, if that sounded as cool to you as it did to me, you'll probably want to check out our dealer finder because there you're going to find tons of RetroFoam dealers across the country who can help you fight that heat transfer. I'm your building science brainiac reminding you to bring a little science to every project.